the state's largest school districts unveiling its vision for the future. Atlanta Public Schools say they want to make things better and safer. Atlanta News First Alani Latang is live in downtown Atlanta. Alani, the district listed safety as one of its very top goals.
That's right, Carly. It's at the forefront of this plan, which is safety for students, staff, and community members. But now they're asking for the community's input. So they're asking parents to think about what improvements they want at their schools so that they can better serve all students. Atlanta Public Schools has started to outline a 10 to 15-year plan to improve facilities, make them more secure, maybe even rezone some of them.
The data gathering continues. We've got a lot of data already in place, but we want to make sure it's the right data to help citizens help make informed decisions.
The plan is intended to meet the needs of student enrollment and growing technology use. Implementing school safety laws is at the forefront, like House Bill 268, signed into law this April. It requires schools provide maps of their buildings to law enforcement, plus mandates panic button technology inside every classroom.
We will make sure, however we become compliant, to make sure that law enforcement and fire and safety get this information.
Boosting the presence of early education is also stressed in the plan, while addressing the lack of a performing arts schools within APS is up for discussions. District parents say they are absorbing all this new information.
I still am, going over and trying to process the data myself. So yeah, I'm just trying to go through that. It seems like they've done a lot of work here.
The district is relying on community input to shape the plan's vision.
Specifically, I would like to see a lot more technology, even in the athletics.
The district tells us that there's no schools or buildings they've identified for this plan. That's why they're leaning so heavily on community support. There's an online survey that they're asking for community support. That closes June 15th. That's on our website, atlantanewsfirst.com. There's also a task force they created with members of each school in the district. Again, look on our website for that survey to give your community input. Reporting live downtown, I'm Alani Latang, Atlanta News First.
Thank you, Alani.